feeling. This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you split. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something. 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 Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about CEOs and the effect that they have on the cryptocurrency market. And we're going to be discussing how Jack Dorsey, founder and CEO of Twitter, is now moving into the cryptocurrency space. We're going to be talking about how much of an impact these CEOs, like Jack Dorsey, like Michael Saylor, and like Elon Musk, have on Bitcoin, because quite frankly, I think that it's a little bit too much. I am, quite frankly, a little bit tired of seeing Bitcoin's price move by the whims of a few big men. I would much rather see Bitcoin move by mass adoption, such as El Salvador adopting Bitcoin. 6 million people are coming online with Bitcoin wallets, and I believe it's September the 7th is when that is going into full effect, and the entire country is going to be transitioning towards Bitcoin. We're looking at hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of inflow coming into Bitcoin over the next couple of months. But before we get to all of that, I want to introduce my co-host and your president, Kinda Crypto Tim. How you doing, Tim?
Oh, what's up, guys? Yeah, I get this week. Yeah, it's my first time getting to keep it on my desk. I like it. I like the way it feels. I like the power of Thanos. Yeah.
Let's go, Tim.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm doing good, though. Yeah, this is a great week for me.
Okay.
Slept good. Well, actually, I did not sleep good last night, but it's okay because I was up thinking about that HODL trophy all night. So, yeah.
You saying it kept you up at night, huh?
Yeah. I was had dreams, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah,
so.
Okay, gross. Nevertheless, we are also joined by Smay, who is our producer. How you doing, Smay?
Hi, everybody. So I have to explaining to do, okay? If you saw the Mr. Worldwide thumbnail, that is because I made a mistake. I actually had a really good thumbnail I made today that I was really proud of, and I forgot to put it in when we went live. But it has now since been corrected, so just refresh your feed if you want to see the new one.
And we've also corrected our staffing decisions. Smay has since been sacked. This will be his last day.
This
just
is
so
my
you guys
last
know.
stream. I had to end it out.
Yeah,
no one else was here to be able to run the stream.
Exactly. So, Tim, what are your thoughts on these massive freaking CEOs that are worth billions of dollars moving the price of Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, they helped. I mean, you can't argue with the Elon pump, obviously. You can't argue with the fact that Saylor is going crazy with his advice and investing and trying to get really involved in leading the forefront of making mining green. And then now we have Jack Dorsey coming in. The problem is, and I put this over on my Twitter this morning, Bitcoin does not need a hero. And unfortunately, what I think is going to happen is people are going to cling to these things and be like, oh no, like what does Michael Saylor say? What does Jack Dorsey say? If Elon Musk does come back to being pro Bitcoin, because he's kind of, I think, in the middle at the moment, which I think he will. I think he'll be back in. We can't make the same mistake that we made as retail investors here a couple months ago, where we put so much weight into the words of one man, or in this case, 3 men. If we do it again, we're going to suffer another significant drop the same way. So ultimately, ultimately at the end of the day, that being said, I am okay with them saying things. I'm not okay if we are foolish enough to fall for just listening to their every word and making our decisions based off of it.
Yeah, no. So with that said, for any of you who don't know what we're talking about, let's go ahead and read an article here, because Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, and the man who I think is the only person on planet Earth who is actually able to rock the whole toboggan thing. Not toboggan. What is that thing that he wears on his head? I forget what it's called.
I wouldn't call that rocking, but yeah.
It's better than I could do. I'm just saying. The man's got a good beard. Anywho, Jack Dorsey's The B Word is all about educating institutions about Bitcoin. What are you laughing at?
I'm just, I've seen it several times now. I found the article.
I know, it still gets me.
Yeah.
So Kathy Wood, and by the way, he's talking about Bitcoin. We'll get to that. Yeah. Kathy Wood, Adam Back, and others will join the Twitter and Square CEO for the online conference, part of a new Bitcoin educational initiative called The B Word. In brief, Square, ARK Invest, and Paradigm are launching The B Word, a Bitcoin educational initiative targeted at institutions. An online conference in July will feature Jack Dorsey, Kathy Wood, Adam Back, and others as speakers. Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey recently said it is his mission in life to spread adoption and promote awareness of Bitcoin. That is a bold statement to say it is his mission in life, which I am happy that that's his mission in life. I have nothing wrong with him educating institutions. By the way, we just want to be very clear with that. We welcome all the support we can get. We're talking about the issue of celebrity worship that we've seen too much of in recent months here in cryptocurrency. Let's read on. The latest step in the process, ? Launching an online conference designed to educate institutions about the leading cryptocurrency. The B Word is the name of the initiative, and it will go live on July 21st with an online conference featuring Dorsey and other notable speakers. Square is co-sponsoring the event along with the investment firms ARK Invest and Paradigm, as well as the Crypto Council for Innovation. Along with Dorsey, the online never mind. According to the official website, the B Word aims to demystify and destigmatize mainstream narratives about Bitcoin, explain how institutions can and should embrace it, and raise awareness around the areas of the network that need support. So, that's what's going on. Here is where we have seen this going over the last 6 to 12 months. We saw in February Michael Saylor get a ton of CEOs and executives and CFOs of massive corporations in one room and taught them all about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. There were people from all kinds of companies. We were looking at NVIDIA CEOs, NVIDIA executives, all kinds of executives in one room learning about Bitcoin. One thing that YouTube channel that you guys should definitely follow, his name's Contrarian Dude over on YouTube, he pointed out in an interview I did with him a couple of months ago, what you see happen is you get these massive institutions interested in Bitcoin, but they're not able to jump into Bitcoin as quickly as you or I can. We're retail. We can just go and buy on Coinbase, and we got it done in 15 minutes. It takes a while to get an entire board of directors on board, but I do want to encourage you, it is a good thing. Because when we see these institutions jumping into the cryptocurrency space, it builds trust. It allows for the retail investors to feel like they can trust the cryptocurrency space. So let me make myself very clear. I have no issue with institutions and major companies and corporations joining the cryptocurrency space. I take issue with this natural human tendency that we have to adore massively wealthy people and then put all of our faith in them rather than in the fundamentals of Bitcoin.
Jeb, ultimately what it is that we talk about on this channel all the time is it is people that are, I don't want to necessarily speculate as to why they're defaulting to this. However, they're saying rather than doing their own learning, their own education, they're just wanting to trust somebody else's voice. But unfortunately, when all you do is trust someone else's voice, you never take blame for anything yourself. Everything is ultimately everybody else's problem. So it's really a lack of taking personal responsibility to do the work for yourself. And Bitcoin was made as an ability for you as an individual to to get out from underneath the control of centralized authority. So if all you do is listen to one single person, you are giving that person central authority, and you're not taking advantage of what Bitcoin was created to do in the first place.
Yeah, it goes against the entire tenet of decentralization that we harp on so much here on this channel, and then we talk about so much here in the cryptocurrency space. My father always said, don't ever let someone else do your thinking for you. That's exactly what I see people doing all over the world in every single sector, but I don't want to see that permeate cryptocurrency. And maybe that's too much to ask because we are humans. I've got plenty of my own faults, obviously. But one thing that I do know is that a good follower cannot just be a follower. A good follower must also be a leader. A good follower should challenge the things that the person that he is following or she is following say to make sure that they're accurate. No one alive today is perfect. Yeah. And Jack Dorsey is not perfect. I'm not perfect, neither is Tim, neither are you. We have to make sure that we challenge things, and we have to make sure that we don't follow blindly. There's nothing wrong with following, but there is a thing wrong with following blindly. And I see a lot of that happening in cryptocurrency over the last several months. People follow Jack Dorsey, they follow Michael Saylor, or they follow Elon Musk, or they follow anyone. They follow them blindly. They buy when they say good things, and they sell when they say bad things. That is a problem. We want to keep our eyes on the prize and our head in the sky, and everything's going to be just fine because we got to have faith in the process. We have to have faith in the fundamentals that we were here for in the first place. Things like El Salvador becoming an adopting country of Bitcoin wasn't something that moved the price. Let me put it this way, just to show you how ridiculous this is. An entire country adopts Bitcoin. Nothing happens. 6 million people are going to be using Bitcoin every single day to buy their coffee, pay their rent, get their bills paid, pay their taxes. Nothing happened to the price, not good or bad. Elon Musk releases 2 tweets, one good, one bad, and the price jumps $10,000 or $20,000. Which one is actually having an impact on the market? The El Salvador news is much, much, much bigger. And guys, we've harped on this a lot, so we're not going to stay on this topic that long. But I do just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you with an action step that you can take away from this. When you're making decisions as a trader or as an investor, don't follow blindly. Look at the facts. Look at what's really happening. Remember that fundamental developments almost never bring short-term changes to the price action. Oftentimes, things that impact the price long into the future were on the 14th page of the newspaper the day they broke. The thing that does affect short-term price action is when Elon Musk or Michael Saylor or someone comes out and says something about Bitcoin. It does have an impact on the price. And if you're in a long position or a short position and you're on leverage, you got to pay attention to that. I'm not faulting anybody that gets out of a trade because they see Elon Musk tweet something and then they think it's going to drop because historical analysis says that that's going to happen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking specifically here to the investors. If you're invested in the cryptocurrency space, don't get shaken out of your position and sacrifice your long-term rewards because of a tweet. And also, on the flip side of that, don't invest in something just because someone that you look up to says that it's a good project. We saw that happen recently with Mark Cuban. He himself is worth billions. He's a very intelligent man. He got scammed because he got into a little altcoin, and the people that followed him blindly got into that altcoin also, and they lost a lot of money. So I've made my point very clear here. Tim, do you have any further thoughts on that?
I mean, ultimately, what you... Oh, gosh, it's actually... I'm going to annoy myself with how often I say that. It's a great transition word that I need to find alternatives to. But what you were just talking about, we're not saying Jack Dorsey news or Michael Saylor news or Elon Musk news should be ignored completely. This is great news. The bad thing is like pretty much just clinging to it as our hope for Bitcoin's price. What we should be doing is looking at things like, and Jeb has said this several times, we shouldn't look for when a CEO makes statements. We should look for when countries and cities and laws start making statements.
And companies, for that matter. And like, if Tesla buys $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, that's a big fundamental development.
It's good for Bitcoin's price. We shouldn't like ride or die on that.
Exactly.
Is the concept.
Exactly.
But what we see right here with the September 7th news, El Salvador officially going to be having that law come into full effect. Smay and I were watching a video the other day, Smay, like they're literally teaching people how to easily and like showing them step-by-step process. How do you walk around spending Bitcoin? They showed a process of how easy and how quick it is to buy something with Bitcoin. That's the news that we should look at for hope and for future, because if that's our why we got into Bitcoin in the first place, that Bitcoin would be a better currency for the world long term, and now we are seeing a country use it as currency. That is what the good news is. That's what makes us say, all right, I am right, I am in a good spot. That's what gives me hope, not a CEO saying I like it, I don't like it.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. Actually, Smay, I know that you were looking at some news around that El Salvador stuff. Do you have anything to weigh in on that?
I mean, the only thing I know that was extra that they are officially putting the bill into law on the 7th of September.
Yeah.
And then other than watching that video, I found it's pretty neat. So
what video are you guys talking? I haven't actually seen this video. I just heard about this morning when I walked in. Smay, you were telling me a little bit about that this morning, right?
Yeah. So I saw it on Reddit initially, but then I looked it up later, and they're having these little like pop-up events where they're having people train with Bitcoin and train them how to exchange it and so on. And now there's certain vendors in El Salvador now that are entirely taking their entire business with Bitcoin. So they're getting to the point, and was it Dorsey that said something about how they're going to be giving people phones to be able to exchange Bitcoins and so on.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. Like, they're taking it very seriously in El Salvador, and it's not just like, oh, we're switching to Bitcoin, good luck. They're getting everyone on board, and I think that's huge.
Yeah, and actually, I think right now is a good opportunity before we move on. I want to read a couple super chats here in a second. I want to hear Tim's opinion, and I also want to hear Smay's opinion, and I'll give you mine also. What does everyone in this room think that El Salvador adopting Bitcoin? Now we're seeing news come out that Paraguay might be moving in that direction relatively soon. There's whispers and talks about potentially Brazil moving in that direction in the next year or so.
Argentina, too.
Argentina. Yeah. We're looking at a lot of South American and Latin American countries moving in that direction. We're talking hundreds of millions of people could be daily driving Bitcoin over the next couple of years. What do you guys think? And I'll start with Tim. What do you think about this whole argument that the bull market's over, we're going to be crashing and staying down and below $20,000 for the next year, in light of all these fundamental developments going on? Do you think that really goes along with each other, or do you think that the bull market's going to continue?
The answer to that, I've said on several streams here, so if you guys haven't heard it, I'll kind of repeat my argument here. If you do nothing but look at the chart, it is clearly a negative chart. It clearly would look like I fully understand the arguments when people say, guys, stop ignoring it. It's obvious. We are in a bear market. I understand that. And there are areas and aspects of a bear market that we have confirmed, but there are areas that we have not. And one of them, for example, is that in a bear market, you do not create brand new wallets. Brand new wallets, I mean, there's an exception to every rule, but there is not millions of new wallets or thousands of new wallets being opened up in a bear market. That is not the case during this cycle.
We're about to see 6 million in El Salvador.
We are seeing a bunch of new wallets being opened up. That is counter to the argument that we are in a bear market. What we are in is a lot of FUD trying to drive down the market. But when you really look at the chart and you back up, again, if you just look at what we have seen over the last couple months, you're like, okay, yeah, we've been in very much a downtrend. If you zoom out farther, you can see, no, we are still very much in a bullish trend, and there is still so much fundamental news. And what I mean by that is there is still so much actual news, not just speculation. There is actual news of adoption and growth that would say, hey, despite the fact that we were moving down, we are ready to go up. Now, that I still think there's a little room to go down. We've talked about that a little bit, but that doesn't mean we're dropping down to 10,000 again or anything. It means we're just going to correct a little bit more before we take off. As far as, let's see, the rest of that question was,
I was just asking what you think. What do you think about the argument that we're going to continue into a bear market despite all the adoption we're seeing?
Yeah, so I mean that's ultimately what I was saying. Gosh, man, that word creeps up. That's
we
what
gotta
I'm
start
saying
taxing
is that,
you,
like,
Satoshi, every time you say that.
You're allowed to say words, just so
I
you
know,
just
but
say
it's
the damn
just
word.
it's just funny when someone points out and then you're like, oh crap, like
balls.
that is a common
That's a
expression.
tick.
No, I mean that is my point, is that there are arguments to be made that are credible arguments, but if you're going to make the argument that those things justify saying it's a bear market, you got to also look at the other side saying, all right, well, here's some points that are saying it might not be a bear market.
Yeah.
And those points are pretty significant, and there is an explanation for why we've had a trend that go against it being a bear market.
Yeah, so I want to ask everyone in chat, how many people do you think use Bitcoin on the daily? Everyone in this chat is probably in that number. I'm in that number. I mean, I talk about crypto all the time. I run a YouTube channel and a business around crypto. How many people do you think, as of a month ago, before all this El Salvador news broke, how many people in the world do you think daily drove Bitcoin? I'm going to speculate there's probably around 10 to 15 million. That number is about to go up by 40%. With 6 million people from El Salvador coming online. And by the way, don't forget, those people in El Salvador have family and friends all around the world. And the best way to hear about Bitcoin is from a friend or a family member. When you increase the number of people that are all in one place, in one country, using Bitcoin and crypto, people in El Salvador have a lot of family in America. They have a lot of family in South America. They have a lot of family in other Latin American countries. They have family all around the world. That's how families work. People move around. They're going to hear about it over phones, and they're going to hear about it on vacation. They're going to hear about it over Thanksgiving dinner or whatever you celebrate down there in El Salvador and wherever you are in the world. friends and family are going to hear about it firsthand from people that are using it on the daily. Not even people that are just invested in it, speculating for the future. They're going to hear about it from people that believe in it long term because they are using it every single day and it's going to benefit their nation. So Smay, briefly, I want to hear what you think also about this whole idea of Bitcoin continuing into this massive bear market. Do you think another 18-month bear market is going to come around even when all this adoption is happening?
I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I think the exciting thing is that we're seeing a lot more people jumping on the bandwagon. A lot more people are, and I think that's kind of what's important, right? Like, I think whether or not the price is getting pumped or not, or we're in a bear market or bull market, is kind of irrelevant to the fact that people are now using Bitcoin as their daily driving currency.
Yep.
And that fundamental development in and of itself should be enough to say, okay, no matter what's happening, up, down, sideways, whatever, I'm still going to hold on to this thing because long term, it's made the indicator to know that, hey, this is something to stick with if this is going to become everyone's currency. So
yeah. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and read some super chats, and then we will move on here. Tim, you got them?
I'm making sure I'm getting all of them because we just had a couple new ones come in.
Had a bunch of them. Thank you, guys.
We are good. All right, here we go. Let's scroll up because we got a decent amount of them. Nolan from Earth. That's good to know.
It's good to know.
He's a human.
I thought he was from Mars.
Love you all each. Thoughts on Solana for future cycles. We're going to be talking about Solana a little bit later in the stream.
Yeah, we are, actually.
So we'll go ahead and, Nolan, we're going to save that for the end of the stream, but great question. Thank you so much, man.
Before we move on to the next super chat, if you guys are enjoying this stream and you're getting great value out of this, we very much appreciate when you hit that like button. It really helps to support this channel. It helps to get us promoted in the YouTube algorithm so more people see this kind of content. If it's something that you're enjoying, we very much appreciate it. And also, if you're new around here, consider subscribing for a couple of weeks. See if you like what we have to say. See if we provide you value. If we don't, unsubscribe. That's totally fine. We are here to provide you as much value as we possibly can. And if we're not doing that, then we're not worth your subscription. But a lot of people have decided that. And also, make sure to share this stream with a friend if you haven't already.
The other thing I've seen in chat a couple times, people saying, oh my gosh, I'm not getting the notifications. Like, I have to go looking for it. It's not just popping up. What we have noticed is that some of our newer subscribers have no problem whatsoever, whereas some of our older subscribers are not getting our updates. If that is you and you are struggling to get updates for our shows and our videos, if you hit unsubscribe and then just resubscribe real quick, it should add you back and you should be getting them a lot quicker.
And hit that post notification bell.
Yes, hit the notification bell and share with friends. That's another thing that you definitely could do if you would like to. Back to Super Chats. We got one from Ozzy Todd saying, oh, this is a good one. It's amazing. I like it. Seeing the new Conjuring movie tomorrow night.
Ooh.
On that subject, what are your favorite movies?
Oh, gosh. Smay, that's your question. I will answer that also, but I know that you love that. Tell them a little bit about your history with film.
Well, I mean, I like movies. That's about as simple as it goes.
That's an understatement.
But I was gonna say, it's such a hard question, especially asking somebody like me, because I love all movies. So, well, not all movies, but I will say probably
you don't love some.
My favorite movies are some that are pretty nostalgic for me. So I love the 2005 King Kong remake. I really like Star Wars Episode 3, and then some film buff ones like The Godfather, Alien. I really love Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. That's a great movie. But yeah, I love those kind of movies. The Conjuring is one of my favorite film series too. The new one was all right, but yeah.
I never know how to answer that question. I don't.
What's your favorite movie?
Probably the Pirates of the Caribbean series. I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Those are good.
I
That's a good
love
pick.
1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. God only knows what they did with that. Johnny Depp stopped trying, but they were okay. 1, 2, and 3 were the best. What about you, Tim?
There are some classics out there that will never go bad, and that is like probably recently my favorite movie was The Warrior, that UFC fighting movie.
Oh yeah, that was a good
Phenomenal
movie. That was
movie.
a good movie.
But you also can't go wrong with a lot of these sports movies. Glory Road was a great movie.
That's a great movie.
Remember the Titans.
Oh
is
yeah,
the
fantastic.
GOAT of sports movies. I don't know if anyone will ever be able to top that one. But
great movie.
yeah, I'm ultimately a sports guy. I like the sports movies. It's part of my thing. So let's move on because we have more questions here. David Bree says Lux algo buy signal at 4 hourly chart. VChain equals a prospect. And then it says CT2A. I don't know if that was related to each other, but yeah.
Lux algo did
response to that. You have a buy signal.
It had a buy signal, and then it very quickly turned around because we hit the top. This is a good example, guys. You don't want to just use... Now, look, Lux algo is a fantastic indicator. I use it. A lot of people in chat use it. It's not a perfect indicator. Can't be. So you got to make sure you're using technical analysis alongside it, which is why you should sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy.
I mean, when you look at the other indicators, when you look at RSI, when you look at MACD, they are very helpful and great for predicting things. They are not perfect in and of themselves. When you pair them with the rest of the picture is when they become a great weapon in your arsenal for trading. So, I think Lux Algo is a pretty hard one to argue with, being one of the top indicators on TradingView. So if you don't have it, you definitely want to get it.
Yeah, you definitely
but it doesn't make it perfect by itself. You don't want to just look at it and nothing else.
Yep. That's called letting someone else, or in this case, an AI, do your thinking for you, which is even worse.
Yes.
I would rather you let a human do your thinking for you than an AI. So you got to keep that in mind.
Yes. All right, here we go. We got one from Richard Haviland saying, amazing work this week, a ton of content and some great interviews. Thanks again. Yeah, Richard, so this week, we are going to be working on, there was a lot of content done this week, a lot of videos done. Look forward to that in the future. Not only, we've been telling you guys all week, we're adding to our CT2A course to help educate you guys better, but we're also going to be adding to our YouTube channel to be bringing you guys a lot more. We're upping our capacity, so... Yeah, Richard, thank you so much for that feedback.
New content coming.
We are coming.
Especially we're down a man, so I mean, that's just...
Yeah, Zach's out of office right now.
Yeah, our editor, who's our Go editor. But Smay has been killing it with those thumbnails.
No, I appreciate it.
Except for today's upload on that one.
That was a mistake.
And he has now been fired.
All right. Anthony Mulgado said, opinion on VeChain, doing research, I might buy it.
It's a good project. I'm not personally invested in it, but I know a lot of very intelligent people that are.
VeChain
not letting other people do your
project.
thinking for you. I have looked into it, and everything I see, it looks like a solid project with a very real use case. So
yes,
I don't think you'll go wrong with it.
All right, let's try to move into a couple others. Brandon Clark says, I absolutely love you guys. Thanks for everything you do. What are your thoughts about eToro? I don't know if anyone in this room except for me has eToro.
I haven't used it.
I bought eToro, or I got into eToro. You don't buy eToro. You sign up for eToro. I signed up for eToro due to that punishment that I had where I had to buy Dogecoin, and I did not want to sign up for Robinhood. I'm not going to say I'm completely dissatisfied with eToro. It's a decent platform. However, what I do not like is that the prices on it do not match what I have on TradingView. So when I go to make my investments and my trades, the prices are slightly distorted. So I have several times set like a stop loss or a take profit at a number that my TradingView tells me I hit, but it doesn't hit it on eToro. And you can ask Jeb. I literally just about cried a couple weeks ago on missing out on a trade by literally $5 on it was a Bitcoin trade.
Yep.
I missed it by $5. My entry mark, I timed it perfectly. It hit it on TradingView, but it didn't hit it on eToro. And Bitcoin rallied. I think it was like 17%. It was a very fast rally. It was like 17% and then dropped. And I didn't get in because eToro was not the same as TradingView. So that's my only thing.
Unfortunante. So guys, we're going to go ahead and move on. We'll get to these. We'll get back to the super chats here in a little bit, but I want to move on a little bit. We have some news coming out about EIP 1559. You guys know that we talk quite a bit about Ethereum here on the channel. I love Ethereum. I am heavily invested in Ethereum. Full disclosure, and this is something that we've been looking forward to. EIP 1559 is one of the steps on the road towards Ethereum 2.0, which we've all been waiting so patiently for over the last year and more. But nevertheless, this is a big piece of news for anyone invested in Ethereum. Let's read on. Ropstein, the investor, the Ethereum testnet, Ropstein, the Ethereum testnet, has successfully upgraded earlier this Thursday, with the fee market reforming. Ethereum Improvement Proposal 1559 now live in test conditions. For the first time, we can now see how this works in practice, with the site tracking the amount of ETH that is being burned by the block. As can be seen above, 1 or 2 ETH are being burned by the block, with 85.13 ETH being burned in the past 64 blocks while we were observing. In total, 1,238 Ethereum have been burned since the upgrade 12 hours ago at block 10,500,000, roughly worth $2.5 million. These are monopolies, Ethereum as Ropstein. These are monopoly ETH, as Ropstein is a testnet environment that tries to replicate as much of the possible live environment to see how it all works before launching on the mainnet. So essentially, it's fake money. This is just a testnet. So there's not actually Ethereum being burned yet, but that is how EIP 1559 will work in the future. We have videos on our channel going back a few months talking about EIP 1559 if you would like more information on that. The site in question thus will probably be updated to connect to the mainnet, at which point we will see burning by the block of real Ethereum at a variable rate depending on just how much the network is used. This burning is due to the setting of a base fee by the protocol itself to stabilize network fees. We've seen a lot of volatility going on in Ethereum transaction fees, which is not very good for the stability of the network and the stability of the projects built on top of it. It is one of the things that we need to see moving on into Ethereum 2.0. Effectively destroying or erasing the Ethereum vanishes into an address to which no one has the private key because it is the address of the protocol itself, of the Ethereum nodes collectively, rather than it being distributed to miners. So, in a sense, this is a way of burning Ethereum so that you reduce the overall supply of Ethereum. Now, it is not turning into a deflationary currency. Everything I can tell, the supply increase of Ethereum is still going to be faster than the burn rate, but it will slow down the increase in supply on Ethereum, which will increase Ethereum's stock-to-flow ratio, and through supply and demand economics will eventually help to drive the price up. That's one of my big qualms, if you will, with Ethereum, is that it doesn't have a hard cap on it the same way Cardano does, the same way Bitcoin does, which is one of the things that I am hesitant to use. It's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant to have as much money in Ethereum as I do, but I do like that they're moving in the right direction on this. So I want to hear what chat thinks about this. I know there's a lot of controversy going on around EIP 1559. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. There's not a whole lot that we can talk about here. Tim, and if you have anything to say on this, then let me know.
No, well, I mean, we knew that EIP 1559 was coming. I said that really fast. EIP 1559 was coming in July. However, this is great to hear that it's already starting, because one of the things we have seen with Ethereum over and over and over and over again is that they will tell us something's coming out and then they'll delay it because they're working on it. So this is good to see the first couple steps of that happening, which is amazing for Ethereum, because if you look at the technical analysis on it, and I don't know if you want to do some of that real quick, Jeb, Ethereum, you know, for a while we saw the entire crypto market moving very similarly, making almost step-for-step boost. We saw Cardano kind of break away. I don't know if we're ready to say it's a complete decoupling. However, it is doing very much different. If you look at Cardano over Bitcoin, for example, you're going to see, or 88 over Bitcoin, you're going to see it was moving sideways for a long time, dipped a little, and then now it's right back up. It's doing its own thing. Versus Ethereum over Bitcoin, it is in a downtrend. Like Ethereum is losing momentum. Ethereum, even by itself over the US dollar, is still working its way down in a bearish momentum. So this potentially was the fundamental news that Ethereum needed to get back to what it needs to be doing, get back to success, because, I mean, so many people were predicting big Ethereum price. People were predicting, oh, this is the season where Ethereum's going to outdo Bitcoin and it's going to go rally and it's going to go hit new all-time highs. And then we just watched the price continue to go down and down and down. And even when Bitcoin and other coins went up, Ethereum just kind of seemed to hang tight. Maybe this is exactly what Ethereum needs to get back up on its feet to price rally. Because I still believe in Ethereum as a project. I think, you know, when people say other projects are going to kill it, if they do, it's going to take a long time to do so. Ethereum still has a lot of work to do. Vitalik is still a very, very wise person. I'm not against it whatsoever.
Look, Ethereum is a juggernaut of altcoins, but this is a good example of what we're talking about with underlying value, underlying intrinsic value, the use case, the fundamentals, if you will, of a project having implications on the price. We're seeing Ethereum having trouble getting it up, if you will, because of its underlying fundamentals not being where they need to be. We don't see enough growth on the network right now. Ethereum 2.0 needs to launch. When it does, Ethereum is going to be unstoppable, because it is going to be the go-to place for decentralized applications and for DeFi. However, right now, you just simply can't handle the kind of throughput on Ethereum's blockchain that you need to be able to make that work. Right now, for anyone invested in Polkadot and Cardano and some of these other projects that look to compete with certain aspects of Ethereum, there is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to beat Ethereum at its own game. Goliath is weak. He hasn't eaten in a week. If you want to beat Goliath, now's the time. But you don't have all day. You don't have all year. You only have a little bit. So this is one of the reasons why I have a lot more Ethereum than I do Cardano, because until Cardano really gets their act together, which, by the way, they are. They're moving very quickly, much quicker than Ethereum. It's an opportunity, and you don't want to miss out on it. We will go ahead and...
even the last thing I want to say there, just so people are aware of this, you know, we were talking earlier about we're waiting on institutional adoption on Bitcoin. Despite FUD, there are lots of institutions that are waiting for Bitcoin, that they want the price to go down a little bit to get in, but they are ready to get in. They want to see it be green. That's what we're seeing happen with all the news with China. But on the flip side, there's a lot of institutions that are very bullish about Ethereum, and they're waiting to get in at the right time. They want to make sure it's the right time. So the reason why I'm not, like I saw in chat, like someone said, oh, Ethereum to $500 by January 2021. I don't agree. I think that Ethereum actually potentially is sitting in a very similar situation to what Bitcoin is right now. It is the second, you know, if Bitcoin's the king, Ethereum's the queen of crypto, and they're in a season of, there's a lot of negativity surrounding it. There's a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of FUD. But I think it would be foolish to say Ethereum is down and out for the count. I think Ethereum has still got fight in it. Yep. And I am very glad for Ethereum to see this news come out and see them adopt 1559 before, hopefully by summer of 2022, we see full out Ethereum 2.0.
Absolutely. And with that said, guys, let's go ahead and do some technical analysis on Ethereum. Let's take a look at its chart, and we will hopefully get a good idea of what's going on over here. As you guys know, Ethereum has been in a downtrend ever since the 12th of May, when we hit an all-time high of roughly $4,400 to $4,500. We are currently testing very hardly. We're testing very strongly, I should say, support around $1,850. This support level is critical because if we don't hold this, we're likely to go down to roughly $1,500. Let me explain why. This zone between $1,850 and $2,000 is constituted by highs back over here in mid-February, mid-March, and then also support that was touched here on the 7th of April at roughly $2,000, that $1,850 to $2,000 zone. We also saw support come down and test this in late May, where we saw a ton of trading volume. Ethereum managed to bounce, but it didn't last. We instead hit the 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart, and we rejected. Unfortunately, that is exactly the opposite of what the bulls of Ethereum wanted to see, because Ethereum would use that momentum and push it far down to the downside over the last couple of weeks. And for anyone who's thinking that the bottom is in on Ethereum, I encourage you to take a look at these candlesticks right here, because they are not encouraging at all. We have a long lower shadow that indicates that the bulls were able to hold this support level. But also look at these next two candlesticks. We have a large green candlestick followed by a very small green candlestick followed by a bearish engulfing red candlestick that engulfed the last 2 days of bullishness. That is not the kind of thing that you want to see around a support level. That is the kind of candlestick formation that shows up right before you smash through a support level. I'm going to be honest with you guys, unless something changes fundamentally, 1559 is a big deal, but it's going to have a longer term impact than just today. This is one of those news stories like El Salvador adopting Bitcoin that doesn't affect the price action now, but it will have it will have a very long-term impact on the price action. Unless something changes, if Bitcoin reverses and starts going up towards 40, or if some massive news story comes back, or a lot of people start getting hyped again, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that Ethereum is going to be pulling down to $1,530, and I'll show you why. We have a support level on $1,530 here on the 25th of March. We also have a resistance touch here on the 25th of January, and this is roughly where we pulled back down to in late February and early March. That is a zone of support that I am expecting us to come back to. Unless some kind of miracle happens, I think that Ethereum will be pulling down to this roughly $1,500 zone of support. There's not much more technical analysis that you guys even need to see here, to be honest with you. I mean, the MACD is bearish. The RSI is pretty bearish. There's not really anything bullish to write home about on Ethereum. I can even show you Lux Algo over here, and as far as I'm aware, it's been in a sell condition for the last 3 weeks. We saw a sell signal show up here in mid-May. For the last 6 weeks, we have been in a consistent sell position. Now, guys, I think that Ethereum is struggling so much because of fundamental reasons as well as technical reasons. Right now, Bitcoin's fundamentals are just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Unfortunately, Ethereum's is not. Bitcoin's ever so strong fundamentals are the thing that is the thing that is able to support it. However, unfortunately, right now, Ethereum does not have the luxury of leaning on those strong fundamentals, on that strong adoption, on massive multinational corporations adopting Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It doesn't have as much institutional money coming into it right now as we've seen. We talked about around the blockchain yesterday how there is, actually it was on Tuesday, how there's a couple $1 billion fund moving into cryptocurrency right now. And yes, Ethereum is one of the components of that fund, but a lot of that money is going to be going into Bitcoin and something like Coinbase stock and a lot of projects built on top of Ethereum. Ethereum simply does not have the fundamental backing to support its price that Bitcoin does. So these markets might look the same, but you got to realize that fundamental nature is so important. That's why you cannot do analysis on a market without having technical analysis and fundamental analysis. You will never get the whole picture unless you look at the whole picture. That's why we try and do that here on the channel. Some people are like, why do you not do as more technical analysis as you used to? Well, because I want to make sure you guys understand the fundamentals and the technicals. Because if you don't understand one, then I don't really care that you understand the other, because you're not going to see the whole thing and you're going to get blindsided. That's why we make sure that we look at both here on this channel. So, Tim, I want to hear your thoughts on my take there. Where do you think Ethereum is going? Because I know that a lot of us had pretty bearish predictions. I even want
to look at some of the comments. I'm saying people saying ETH looking like hot trash, ETH losing momentum. But there's also things like Theo said, big whales are long on Ethereum since the dump a few weeks back, though. So, are we in a consolidation with Ethereum? Absolutely. But I think it's let's back up. Let's erase the last a month or so when all the talk was about how big Ethereum was going to be. So I am young in crypto. So you guys and some of you guys like to remind me over and over again how young I am. I'm not against you. However, as young as I am, I still can look at this and say, hey guys, let's wait a little bit longer than 1 month of movement to make a long-term prediction on a coin.
Absolutely.
I think Ethereum is down. The question is it out? I don't think so. So my take on what you were saying, Jeb, is absolutely. I think that's what really has been killing Ethereum is, and we've been talking about it here on the channel, and we plan the streams, we plan the videos. We're like, freak, there's no news about anything but Bitcoin. Every now and then you see something else. Solana's been really interesting recently. Cardano every now and then pops up something really cool. Ethereum's been quiet. And that's again, is this news about the first part of London Fork becoming out massive? I don't know about the word massive, but it's a start in the right direction. Of Ethereum's been kind of dead fundamentally, and that's, don't say that and mean like they're dying. I mean like they've been dead in terms of news coming out. Boring, thank you. Great term. Boring. And I think we're going to see things as we get closer to that July. I think it's July 15th is when they have, we're kind of targeting that London Fork. I think we're going to see some news start picking up. Expect some more videos here in the next coming weeks about Ethereum because, like Jeb said, the news was a little bit lackluster.
And I think it's important to note, we're not talking about the long term of Ethereum. Now, there is a gigantic question mark sitting right past the word Ethereum 2.0. I'm still very bullish on the long-term landscape of Ethereum. So don't think that I'm knocking Ethereum. I have a lot of Ethereum. I want it to do well, and I think it's going to do well, or I wouldn't be in it so much. What I'm talking about is the next couple of weeks. And by the way, I completely forgot to mention this earlier. Monthly and quarterly options contracts are expiring today. That's going to have a big impact on the price. I don't honestly know if they have yet or not, but
they usually I think drop around 11 o'clock.
Do that 11
I think
in the morning?
So here about an hour or so. I think when those things.
So guys, be looking for that because that's a lot of money about to get liquidated. A lot of people are about to lose some money on that, and that is probably going to drop the price of Ethereum.
We'll see. An interesting concept there. We'll move on, but there is some speculation that it might not actually. So in the past, and this is why I was talking about Twitter yesterday and a little bit in the chat yesterday. I'm not really a big fan of ETFs and all these future contracts and everything because ultimately they usually screw things up. But I was reading an article talking about, and this was an article from people who are usually haters of the crypto market, saying, I don't know if this one's going to affect it as much because people have been seeing this coming and they've been getting out of their positions. So this one might not move the market as much as others.
Hopefully.
But there is still a chance that it could for sure be moving things.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and read some super chats. Before we do, though, if you haven't already, smash that like button. We have 2,300 people watching live right now. Let's see if we can't get to 1,000 likes. I very much appreciate when you guys do that.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And we're also very active over on TikTok. We're growing very quickly over there, and we'd love to see you on all of those platforms. We're trying to provide as much value as we possibly can to you guys everywhere that you consume content. So make sure to follow us on those social media platforms. And also, if you haven't already, check out our newsletter. We have a link for that in the description box down below. That goes live roughly, I think it's at noon Eastern time every single Friday, so one will be dropping here in a little bit. If you sign up for 11:55, you'll get access to today's.
Shout out to Jamie Extreme. He is right. He said, Crypto Beard, can you please remind people that Ethereum is still bigger than BNB, I think sold, he said sold, and ADA combined.
Yeah, it's true.
So that is something to remember. They are still big. They're still the queen. So.
Absolutely.
Yep. I think now we have a little bit of Solana information and potentially some technical analysis there.
Yes. Let's go. Can we catch up on the super chats first?
Well,
or should we
might not get all of them. There's been a good amount of them. Let me make sure there's nothing new here.
We can do a little bit on Solana.
Yeah. Prepare yourself there, and I'll read through some super chats here. We got one way back from Matt C, the GOAT. I think we are in a mini bear market within a longer bull market. Didn't this happen in 2013? So, Jeb, what are your thoughts on calling it mini bear markets within?
There's three. So I agree with the sentiment. I use different terminology.
Yes.
There's three types of movements in markets that are generally defined in what's called Dow theory of technical analysis. You have your primary movements. Those are your bull and your bear markets. You have your secondary movements. Those are the trends that make up your bull and your bear markets. And then you have your tertiary movements, which make up what we would call price action. That's just up and down movements over the course of days. Then the secondary movements typically last weeks, and then the primary movements can last months to years. I think we're in a secondary downtrend. I don't know that we're in a bear market yet. I don't think we've confirmed that based on all the fundamentals. But so I actually agree with you. I just use different terms. So yeah, we agree.
Yes. Next one we got from, and we're trying to get through some of these pretty quickly. Oh, Maxwell Steele, what a G. He says, "Hey Jeb, love the show. Here's $5."
Oh, thank you. Well, there we go.
What a nice guy. Here we go. We got Murray Ruggiero. He said, "We are testing Wyckoff now. Would go down to 32,000, then up to 40,000, then back to 37, then up to all-time highs." He says go time. Okay, and I see he has symbols here. So I think they were rocket ships, if I remember straight. He is expecting that. Again, Murray, I'm in agreement with you, and I'm in agreement, whatever the correct word in that usage is. That I believe we're in Wyckoff, and I would love for us the spring to have already come in, but I have a tickling and a fear that we have not actually hit the bottom just yet. I think we have a little bit more to do. I would love to be wrong, because if we do hit that bottom, that's confirmation that we're still kind of relying upon institutions for Bitcoin to move. However, unless something changes, we could still rely on those institutions and see a massive boost. But great comment. I'm in mostly agreement with you.
We've got a great segue here.
Ooh.
Alexandri Inacio donated $5 and said, "Got my cousin to sign up to CT2A last night before the discount expired.
Yeah.
We agreed it is the best investment to make." Guys, we saw so many people sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy last night.
Yeah.
I am so incredibly thankful for everyone who did that. Look, I launched CT2A 3 years ago. I was a kid alone in my bedroom running a YouTube channel hoping to make a difference in the world. And when I launched that, I never in a million years thought that we would ever be where we are now. We have 4,200 people in the academy now, and that's probably going to be at 10,000 in the next year. We have so many people learning technical analysis and using that skill set to advance their career here in technical analysis and trading and investing. And that just makes my day. I really am. I go to sleep every night and I'm like, wow. The kind of, I don't know how I got to where I am right now. I'll be completely honest with you. It wasn't by my own luck. You guys know I'm a Christian, so I believe that the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ got me here. I'll tell you what, I am so incredibly thankful and blessed that I get to come to work every single day and provide value to you guys. That's what it's all about.
Well,
It really
I mean,
is.
ultimately, okay, so this week, it's my first. Oh my goodness, this thing, the glue's coming off.
No.
We're gonna fix it. JD, if you're watching, we're gonna fix it. The glues. Anyway, this is my first weekend to hold this sucker. I love it. I'm gonna be holding it way more often. And it was because, here's the thing. If you guys watched a while ago, I knew absolutely nothing about technical analysis. And going through CT2A now, I am able, not perfect, not great, but I am able to way better make my predictions, and we're just doing it for fun, but the predictions I'm able to make are so much better. And here's the thing, when I started this off, I was President Tim, the voice of the people, not the president you could vote for, but the president that you need.
That sounds like a dictatorship.
It's not a dictatorship. I was appointed. But here's the thing, man. I know our sale ended yesterday. What if we did one more day? What if we gave people, I don't know, what? How many hours would that be? If we do at the end of the stream,
be till the midnight tonight?
I just have this feeling there are a couple people who are on the fence. Also, there might have been some people who don't get their paychecks till Fridays.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
I think, and we can vote on it, Smay. Let me hear your opinion, but I think that people deserve one more day to get in. I know we already have videos coming up today, but I think we give it one more day. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea.
Smay, what do you think?
I think it's a fantastic idea.
All right, so here's the deal then. If you were not able to get into CT2A yet at that discount before it goes up to $3.99 and you want another chance to buy at $3.09, use the code, I'm going to tell our marketing here, is going to be President Tim.
Ooh.
Use the code President Tim, and after the stream's over, we'll add it to the description. Sign up for CT2A. At this point now, it's $90 off.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it for a while before we do any sales of any kind. So
no, see, even Eric Browning said in chat, when Jeb called the sale a week ago, I said Friday is payday. Yeah, a lot of you guys.
Yeah,
that's a good point. We didn't. Yeah,
listen, and that's why I'm the voice of the people, because I take these things into consideration. So if you want a good sale, if you want to buy it at $3.09, today is the last day for that, guys. So go use President Tim. As soon as this stream is over, I'm going to talk to my marketing director, get that set up.
And Tim, if we're going to do that, make sure that that is posted on Twitter and on our social media
we'll make sure.
and on the community tab so that everybody knows. It'll be in the description of this video as well. Guys, we have a little bit of news here about Solana. I'm going to read it quickly. We don't have a whole lot of time to go into all the technicals on Solana. Frankly, we talked about it, I think, yesterday or the day before.
Yes.
It's almost identical to what it was, but I will go ahead and read this, and we'll wrap out reading Super Chats. Swiss-based Digital Assets AG launches tokenized stock offerings on Solana. Tokenized shares of Facebook, and somebody talked about this in a Super Chat yesterday, so this is what they were referring to. Tokenized shares of Facebook, Google parent Alphabet, Netflix, Nvidia, PayPal, Square, and Tesla will be available to trade at the launch on top of Solana. Switzerland-based token issuer Digital Assets AG, or DAG, has officially launched its stock tokenization infrastructure on the Solana blockchain, offering users of the FTX trading platform a novel way for accessing traditional equity markets. During the initial rollout, FTX users will have completed Know Your Customer documentation and will have access to 55 free floating stocks available 24 hours a day, which is a big deal for anybody trading
really
in the
good.
stock market, because you don't have to worry about it closing after hours and it closing on the weekend. You don't have to worry about a bell. It's going to be 24 hours, just like cryptocurrency, 365 days a year. Digital Assets AG announced Thursday. That means users are permitted in any jurisdiction. That means users in permitted jurisdictions will be able to buy, sell, and withdraw the assets at any given time. The tokenized stock offerings are valid in the European Economic Area, or the EEA. Through prospectus endorsement by Liechtenstein's Financial Market Authority, DAAG, said. DAG executive Brandon Williams explained his firm's rationale for launching on Solana. The move from operating on a private blockchain to operating on Solana will offer a much more efficient and cost-effective environment for the trading of utilization of tokenized stocks. We envision the entirety of traditional finance and capital markets being able to operate on the blockchain, and Solana was the obvious choice. So, let's go ahead and discuss this. I know Tim and Smay, you guys probably have some takes on this. I have one question. Are these unlicensed securities? I don't know. There's something called the Howey test that was developed in the 30s by the Supreme Court to figure out if something is a security. I am not a securities lawyer. I am not in any way accusing these of being unlicensed securities. I am telling you, however, that the SEC is going to be curious whenever and if ever this moves to America. I think it's a great project. I'm just concerned about the regulatory landscape on this. This is what we talk about all the time. We want to have regulatory clarity so we know how things are going to be judged. We just don't know. It's not me saying that they are unlicensed securities. I'm just telling you that I don't know. That uncertainty is something that investors should be warned about, but I would love to hear your thoughts on that, Tim.
I mean, we talked about this before, and I know, like I said, we want to read the Super Chats before we have to end the stream.
Yep.
But we've been talking about this, I think we started talking about Solana a couple weeks ago, and the more and more I've learned about it, you guys have watched us. We are excited about Cardano, but I think Solana is also coming up there. It doesn't mean we're not excited about Cardano too, because Cardano is doing phenomenal things. People have said in chat, Cardano is way better. We're not trying to pit Solana and Cardano against each other. We're saying, oh my gosh, we got two amazing projects working simultaneously, and I don't need to add. I think Solana is phenomenal. That news with what its relationship's going to be, those are massive companies that they're having relationships with. I'm getting into Solana. I've gotten into a little bit, and I'm probably going to up my position in Solana for the long-term investment.
Yeah. Tim, but even before we get to the Super Chats, since we have a couple minutes here and this is the last day, let's go over a couple of frequently asked questions I'm seeing in the comments about CTQA.
What about my turn? I was going to say something.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say about the Solana stuff. So the reason why I'm not sure about the tokenized stocks, is because if you look at the original invention of stocks, the whole idea was that you're basically paying for a piece of the company so that they get money to be able to do what they need to do, and also you get a kickback. If they're successful, you get a kickback, kind of thing. That was the idea of stocks. And obviously that evolved into the stock exchange, and it was this big thing. But I think it kind of defeats the purpose in a sense, and why I don't particularly support it, even in other ways that you can invest without actually investing, you know? Like the idea that you're just investing in the price of a stock, and you're not it doesn't actually help the company at any way. Like you're not actually investing into the company. You're actually just investing in the price movements of the company.
It's just a pure derivative, I
don't like it. I just don't like the idea of it. It seems fake, and it just seems like you're profiting while not also.
No, that's the argument against all derivatives, and I'm going to agree with you. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you make that argument. I think though, as much as it will not necessarily help the stock of those things, Solana itself as a coin, as a project to get people in, I think you can make a similar.
It helps the
It helps
coin,
Solana,
but-
yeah.
but
Yes, you can make the argument.
I'm
though,
saying ideologically, I don't support it.
I
so-
hear you saying.
Yeah.
But also, not to mention, I say I ideologically not support it. It means these businesses aren't going to support it, and when businesses are upset, the SEC is upset, and then they're going to start coming for Solana.
Yep.
So I'm just saying that's kind of how that
point.
works.
We'll see. That's a
point.
fair argument.
Cool.
You said we had some.
Yeah, so we have
frequently
a
asked
couple
questions.
frequently asked questions about CT2A. Since this is
Okay.
the last day, we might as well go ahead and answer these. Someone was asking about the refund policies. We have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you join and you decide it's not for you, then you will get all of your money back. Just shoot us an email to our email at support@cryptojeff.com.
If you go through, more than a third of the like obviously if you were to take the entire course in less than 14 days, which some of you definitely could get done, that's not, if you go through the whole course, you can't get a refund. But if you watch like one or two videos, you watch a couple videos, you're like, this isn't for me. I don't think I'm ready for this. I don't know if I fully understand. Yeah, no questions asked. You guys get a full refund.
Yep.
So I know someone was asking about the price. Just so you guys know, if you guys are missing the rest of the stream, we are adding content for the next 8 weeks. There's going to be a total of 10 new videos and even maybe some updates coming in the future to that. But because of the added value, the price is being raised to $3.99. But we did want to say one last thank you to you guys for being faithful, for being with us every single day. So we had you guys at $3.09 all week. And this one is just, like I said, I was pretty certain some of you guys get paid on Friday. I'm like, man, I just had this feeling that a lot of people who have been faithful for a long time, have been watching, they didn't get the chance to get in, and I just wanted to extend it one more day. So the code is different. Don't use thank you. That thank you code is dead. It's not going to be used. Use President Tim, and you will get, at this point now, I said $90 off the course for one day only. So let's go. Let's try to work through super chats. We got like 7 minutes, and this is going to be fun, but we've done a lot more and a lot less.
We can do it.
Zoom,
Matt C. Hey again. Nothing will change the narrative of Bitcoin more than these countries adopting it as legal tender.
Absolutely.
As Jeb said yesterday, the dominoes are falling and they are about to accelerate. Could not agree more, Matt C. So we will move on. Untitled Cobra Chicken. Great name. Do you think Harmony 1 is undervalued? I don't know. I mean, Jeb, do you have an opinion on that?
I don't have an opinion on that.
I don't know if I don't know enough to say yes or no on that one.
Me too.
Harmony stinky.
May gives his opinion. John says that secret to success is read books like The Bitcoin Standard, Internet of Money, Rich Dad Poor Dad, 7 Habits, and Hodling Through a Bear Market. I've read a couple of those books.
All
Some
of those
them
are
have not.
fantastic books.
Have you read all of
I
those?
haven't read the last one. I've heard the Hodling.
I haven't read Hodling Through a Bear Market, but I've read
the rest of them.
Bitcoin Standard. I haven't read Internet of Money, but Rich Dad Poor Dad was the first financial book I ever read.
Yeah, same here.
And 7 Habits was phenomenal. Jeb had me read that, like 2 months ago or something like that?
Oh, you finished reading the whole thing? Oh, I didn't even know you read
great
it.
book.
Oh, good.
Great book.
Yeah, it's a fantastic book.
Moving on, Matthew G says thoughts on SHIB. Jeb, you got 5 seconds. Thoughts on SHIB. Okay, good. All right, here we go.
Horrible.
David Breeze. A big shout out to Jeremy. Shout out Jeremy.
Shout out
He
Jeremy.
had to step away from the market since mid-May. Any tips for him coming back into the market for this weekend? Thank you.
Buy, hold, go away.
Be wise.
Don't go away.
Be wise, Jeremy.
No, I mean, if you want to be here every day, subscribe to the channel. We love that.
Yes.
If you're concerned about whether or not you're going to be able to be here every day, buy it, hold it, forget about it, come back in 10 years, party. That's like
So what I'm going to say to kind of wrap that up, here's the problem, is as much as it is a problem to be FUDed out of the market, to lead the market due to FUD, it's also a problem to FOMO into the market.
Yes.
And how do you not fall for FOMO or FUD? You learn. When you know things and when you're educated, you make good decisions, not too aggressive and not too fearful. So my advice is, Jeremy, learn. And then you'll be safe.
Zoom.
All right. What laptop is Jeb using? What is the screen size?
It is a 17.3-inch laptop. It is a Dell G717. I think it is the most recent model year. It is the most recent model. It has an Intel i7 in it and a 2070 in it.
Very
It's a
large.
big laptop. I love this laptop.
Art Mio says, what do you think of TRX? Few friends talking to me about it. Jeb, do you ever thought about TRX? Because that's Tron.
I've never invested in it personally. I know
did.
you had some things to say about it.
This is my stupidity because this is when I was still learning technical analysis. And as I go back and look at it, I'm like, Tim, you are a freaking idiot because I freaking bought the top. And so I finally got out. I took my stop loss, lost some money in it, but yeah, Tron, I don't know if I can trust Tron. I'll get better technical. Tron didn't do anything. Tim did something, so that's...
I was about to say, I don't know if you can knock the coin for you buying it at the wrong time.
Yeah. Eric Taylor said, God bless you all. That was
bless
me.
you.
because I didn't get paid until today. So yeah, Eric Taylor.
Go.
I am the voice of people like Eric Taylor.
And look, by the way, there are a couple people, and I want to address this because this is a fair point. There are a couple people saying, why would you pay for technical analysis education? That's a good point. Let me answer that as honestly as I possibly can while keeping in mind our humility and integrity core values here at this company. Here is why we offer the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, even though in theory you could learn some of what is in the academy. I taught myself everything that's in the academy. It took me 3 years and several thousand hours because I didn't know the questions I needed to ask and I didn't know where I needed to turn. There's a reason that we go to school. Now, I have a lot of problems with the way the modern education system is done. I do not have a problem with people going to others and learning from them. I do technical analysis every single day. I've been doing it for 4 years. I have learned how to very simply and easily teach it in a way that's going to save you a lot of time. If I had had that resource when I started, I would be where I am now 3 years earlier, and I would have had 3 more years to profit in the markets through investments and trades. The reason that we sell CT2A is because I genuinely believe that if I can save you time, then I can help you get up to proficiency in cryptocurrency a lot earlier, and you'll be able to take advantage of prices that are a lot lower because Bitcoin is moving quickly. It took me probably 3,000, 4,000 hours. I mean, you can't really measure it, but we're talking several thousand hours of hard work having to learn this stuff every single day on my own. You work minimum wage. Let's say you work $10 an hour and it takes you 2,000 hours to learn technical analysis. You would have made $20,000 working at McDonald's. The course is $309, and it's going to save you a very large amount of time. That's why we offer it. That's what we're offering you. I'm not offering you some kind of secret knowledge. Look, there's a lot of stuff in there that I don't see taught anywhere else. Quite frankly, I've learned it on my own. I don't see it taught on YouTube. I don't see it taught on Investopedia or anywhere. But that's not what CT2A is valuable for. CT2A is valuable because I'm going to hold your hand and I'm going to get you to where you want to go a lot quicker. That's why you should consider it.
We talk through and teach basics of it on the show all the time. It's just you would have to watch our show for years to cover every aspect of it.
And Tim, tell me if I'm wrong. Like, you've gone through the academy. You've, like, how long would it have taken you to learn all this on your own?
I don't even know if I have a good answer for that because I knew not. I mean, I worked not going through CT2A because I was so busy with the other things I was working on in the company. Because we joked I'm the president of the show. I'm the president of the company. I run the operations, everything. But I kept putting off going through the course, and I was doing my best to pick up things, learning from Jeb on the fly, watching the stream. But the amount of mistakes and stupid things I did, and I finally was like, you know what, screw it. So, in I think 3 weekends, I went through the majority of it, and then a couple weekends later, I finished it.
Yep.
And now, again, I'm not smarter than Jeb, but the amount of times that I'm able to say, hey, Jeb, did you see? And Jeb's like, wait a minute. Oh, crap. Yeah, no, I missed that. Is a lot. Like, that's a significant portion now.
Yeah, so, it's my dream to not sit on a high castle and think I know everything. It's my dream to bring you guys up to where I am, and then we can all move forward together. By the way, yes, we do accept crypto payments. Shoot us an email at support@cryptojeb.com, and we'll process that.
All right, let's try to get through the rest of these. We don't have too many more. Matt C. said, kind of crypto Tim, fighting for the people.
Let's go.
You know it.
Let's go,
Matt.
Tim.
Let's see. Ozzy Todd says... thanks, Tim. About to get into CT2A. Congratulations, man.
Boom, let's go.
Can you guys make an OnlyFans?
No.
OnlyFans. No, I don't. I mean, I am assuming that OnlyFans does not only have to be sexual, but I don't know if I want to play on that program. All right, Christian Ortega says, can y'all sing the intro song next stream? I don't know if we were talking about singing the intro song, but we definitely have talked about maybe making a Smay album. Let us know if you guys would like
Smay
that.
can sing. You guys don't notice. This
phenomenal.
man can sing. Like, oh my gosh.
We have a parking garage that has great echoes, and every night we walk out, I get to hear him.
He starts singing. Oh my gosh, my heart melts, dude. It's crazy.
All right, Happy Days Hauling Junk Removal. Great. I mean, maybe that's a business name. Reminiscence of Stock Operator is a great book. Old but similarities to today's crypto. Okay, Reminiscence of Stock Operator. That's another book. Jeb, we'll have to look into that one.
Okay.
And then the last one I saw, unless someone said something while I was reading these, Dan Heaney said, proud of how far you came, Jeb. Glory to God.
Glory to God, my friend.
Yes,
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
All right, I'm scrolling to make sure nothing I missed.
I think
that is it.
Guys, if you enjoyed today's stream, make sure you smash that like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes before we wrap it out here. We will be back 9:30 Eastern time on Monday. And in fact, we have a new employee coming on Monday.
We do. We have Manny coming in as
our Chief Financial Officer.
CFO,
Yeah, we're going to have a CFO.
I know a couple of things as we wrap out the stream, and I want to remind us, so, in case you guys are thinking, man, how do I support this channel? How do I get more? Again, if you are not seeing notifications, we have seen, and even from the people that work here, they noticed if they're new subscribers, they get the notifications almost instantaneously. So if you're struggling, you're frustrated, man, I'm not catching Crypto Jeb right on the moment, hit the it's a very weird thing for a YouTuber to say. Hit the unsubscribe button, hit the subscribe button again, hit the notification bell, share it with a friend, come in, comment. The algorithm will love that. You can support us that way. You can also, if you're looking for a good platform, you can use Bybit. There's a link in the description down below. Bybit's a great platform. You can do a lot of things. Again, don't go crazy with leverage trading if you don't know what you're doing. However, if you do want to get into that, that is a great platform to do it. Also, we discussed it earlier, Lux Algo paired with technical analysis.
Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal.
Is a lifesaver. If you are a
incredible.
scalp trader, if you want to make money quick, you definitely want it. Again, description, link below. Follow us on social.
Description and the link below.
I'm a. All right. So anyway, follow us on social media. We are on Twitter at CryptoJeb, right?
Yep.
It's very simple. We are on Instagram. What's our Instagram handle?
At CryptoJeb.
At CryptoJeb. We are on TikTok. What is our TikTok?
At CryptoJeb Official.
At CryptoJeb. That's a little bit different.
Yes, it's a little bit different.
CryptoJeb Official.
Yes, sir.
We had one more super chat say, "Great work, guys. Glory to God. God bless you."
God bless you, Carlos.
That is all I have. Smay, are we good? Because Smay has been really good about keeping us on all our points.
Yes.
Good. Then I'm going to give it back to you, Jeb, and we'll wrap it out.
Guys, that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed today's video, smash that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content. If you didn't, hit the unsubscribe button. We're here to bring you value, and if we aren't doing that, then let us know. Smash that dislike button twice so we're absolutely aware. Guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!